Hey gang, how are you doing? I hope that you are feeling well and that you are ready to move. I have again made this session today heat appropriate given the weather that we're having. We're going to do Pilates and do a posterior chain. So posterior chain, think everything that runs down your back from your heels, your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes, all those muscles up your spine, back of your shoulders. We're going to be working today, okay? We're going to be up and down a little bit, not too much, nice and slow and controlled, okay? I'd like you to come just standing to begin with your feet hip width apart, bearing in mind that your hips are your bony parts, not your fleshy parts. They're normally slightly narrower than you think. We're going to start in just with a nice little calf stretch and flex through the feet. So standing up nice and tall. You can pedal these through individually to begin with. And then we're going to rock up into doubles. It's really important that we want to build strength along that posterior chain, not just to be strong, but obviously there's some big powerhouse muscles in there, things like your glutes, which support that lower back into singles. Good. And that will support in turn your core system. Okay, I'm always banging on about how your core isn't just your abs. I'm thinking about wrapping around. So having a strong back, strong glutes is going to support your core system, certainly from a stability point of view, okay, but also from just really good posture. Let's come around in the other direction. As well as just feeling good, feeling strong and supple within ourselves, which is what this session is all about. Let's take the arms up overhead. Good. Exhale forwards into a forward fold. And then take your arms just around by the sides of your legs, a little twist, hips moving. Feel that lovely stretch at the back of your legs. Try and keep the knees caps just lifted slightly here. Here, come through center, roll it up. Do a shoulder roll at the top. You're going to bring yourself to the end of your mat. Keep your feet at that hip width distance. We're going to come into our first roll down. So tuck your chin to your chest. Scoop your shoulders up towards your ears, hinging forwards. Rounding that spine, bending those knees. We're going to walk it forward into a plank, dropping to your knees or your elbows as required. Gently hugging that belly button up towards your spine. Good. Exhale, take it into a down dog and immediately start walking those hands back in towards your toes. We're going to roll halfway up and sink down into a nice deep squat hold. Feel free to rest your elbows onto your knees here. You're pushing back into those glutes. And then we're going to hinge forwards, bring the hands back to the floor, walk it out. This time we're going to sink to all fours, unhook the toes, press back into child's pose. Take a stretch. Exhale up to all fours, cat-cows. Move that spine. We're going to be working the muscles along the spine and along our back. Let's first of all get some mobility into it. Good. Exhale. Flex your toes, press up to your down dog, walk your hands back in. This time we're going to roll all the way up to standing, no rush. Do this at your own pace. Little shoulder roll at the top here. I'm just going to shuffle along my mat slightly. You're going to take your right leg back, step back, set your feet a little wider if you need more stability here. We're going to sink into a single lunge, hinge forwards, take that leg up, squeezing into the glute. Good, release back down, single lunge. So for your single lunge, your knee comes directly underneath that hip bone. And then for your hinge forwards, as far forwards of your tilt as you're comfortable with, squeezing into that back glute. Control as you lower back down. Good, we'll do one more on this side. Beautiful, return that foot, so both feet are underneath your hips now. Exhale forward into your nice deep Pilates squat, arms extended. Holding here. Exhale forwards, palms to the floor, step the feet back out into your plank. Good, holding here. When you're ready, take it into child's pose. Good, bring it once more to all fours, tuck those shoulders, or tuck those wrists under those shoulders, I should say, back into your cat-cows. We're not rushing through any of this. Don't need to get too hot and bothered. Find that neutral spine, flex the toes, down dog, walk it in. Rolling it all the way up, standing, restack that spine. Little shoulder roll at the top here. This time your left leg goes backwards. Same on this side. So we sink down into our nice deep lunge and we hinge forwards. If you prefer to take your arms forwards here instead of having them resting down by your side, of course you can. Squeeze into your glute to lift that back leg. So thinking about what we're working here, thinking about that whole chain of muscles running down your back. Last one. Woo! Shouldn't turn and look. We're coming down with a deep Pilates squat. Arms extend forward, so as much distance between your fingertips and your bottom as you can. And then hinge forwards, hands to mat, step it back into your plank, adjusting your feet or your hands if necessary. Good, sink to your knees. Just come back to all four positioning, so just as required. You're going to take your right leg away this time, slide it along the mat, squeeze the glute to lift, 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 and then flex your foot. We're going to come into our rainbows, so you're pressing away into your heel. All that movement is coming from the hip. Your torso, your trunk, shouldn't be moving at all here. Make those rainbows nice and archy for me. So lift that leg, squeeze into the glute. Good, let's do two more here. 1 and 2. Return that leg to center, keeping it lifted nice and high. Bend the knee, point the toes, take it into your pulses. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze into that glute. Good stuff. Keep going here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw that knee in. We're going to press up into a high kneeling position. I'm going to show you from this angle, then I'm going to come and face forward. If you want to bring your big toes to touching, so it's more of a diamond shape at the back, then absolutely do. Elbows come wide, 90 degrees. We're going to squeeze down, elbows into our rib cage, and then open up wide. Squeeze down, open up wide. So this is our kneeling VWs. So this is working into top half of our back, shoulders. Really hard to have slight cheek posture when we're down in this lovely half. Hips are over your knees. Give those glutes a squeeze. Good. And as always, just gently hug that belly button in. Good. 2 more here. 1 and 2. Release the hands to the floor. I'm turning around. And we're going to take the left leg away this time. Slide it along the mat. Squeeze the glute to lift, lift a little higher, flex the foot. Rainbows for the on this side. Good. Tapping down with the lightest of touches onto the mat, so that you're controlling that leg as it comes down rather than letting gravity do the work. Beautiful. 2 more. 1 and 2. Return to center. Keep the leg elevated. Bend at the knee. Point the toes. Glute pulses. Beautiful stuff. Keep going here. Our next move, while we do these, we're going to come down to lying on our stomach. If you're not comfortable lying on your stomach, you're going to return to that high kneeling position that we just did our BWs from, okay? So that's your alternative. We've got 3, 2, 1. Otherwise, you're going to come down all the way down onto the mat, and your elbows are going to come wide at 90 degrees. We're just going to lift and lower, lift and lower. So by all means, you can keep your forehead on the mat here, Or if you want to come into a little chest lift, come into a chest lift. If you're lying on your stomach, keep your toes engaged with the mat, okay? And if you're doing this from kneeling, we're just coming back, same position, 90 degrees the whole time, into that little press. Good. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands underneath the chest, press back into child's pose, or come down into child's pose if you're kneeling. Good, and then exhale back up to all fours, take it into a cat-cow. Stretching through. Good, don't forget, you can go back to your breathing here. Exhale away into your cow. Inhale up into your cat. Beautiful. We're going to come back down to our front again, but this should be suitable for everybody because I'm going to allow you to prop yourself up if you prefer. So instead of being flat down here, if you prefer, you can prop yourself up onto your elbows and onto your forearms. We're going to come into swimmer legs. So toes are pointed, glutes are squeezed, they're fired up. So you can do this from here, or you can be down. You can even make a little pillow for your head by bringing one hand on top of the other. You've got a little bit of space there. Good. Keep swimming through. Good. So this is working into the glutes as well as that lower back. With these pointed toes, you might even feel it through your calves and through your hammies. And we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the feet down. Bring your hands under your chest. Press up into a cobra. Or just coming to elbow height if that's. And then exhale all the way back into child's pose. How are you feeling? Take a good old stretch through here. Good. From here, I'm going to give you some alternatives. So, option 1, if you're comfortable down on your stomach, is to bring yourself back down. And we're going to come into our skydivers. So, this is arms and legs at the same time. Option 1, you keep your forehead down to the floor. Option 2, you add in a little chest lift at the same time. This is one of my favourite moves, working that whole posture. Good. So see how that feels. Again, if you're not comfortable, down on all fours like this, I want you to come up into high kneeling. You're going to do a set of just the arms, and then you're going to come into a set of glute pulses so that we can work both. Good. So if you're doing your full skydive, just come down into a relaxed stretch, take a moment. If you're up kneeling, switch sides in your glute pulses. Good, and then return back into your skydives, guys. Exhale up, inhale down. 2 more, option to come into a hold. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1, and press back. Whatever kind of stretch you want here. Maybe you want to come back to child's pose. Maybe you prefer to do some cat-cows. Whatever feels good for you. When you're ready, find that all-four positioning once more. You're going to flex the toes, press up into your down dog. We're going to pedal through the legs this time. Taking the dog for the walk. Heels sinking towards your mat. Don't worry if they don't come all the way down. Just as far as you can. Stretching into those leg muscles all the way in the back. And then slowly, slowly, when you're ready, start walking your hands back in towards your toes. Just stay in this low down angle. Try not to hold any tension in your neck, so give your head a little shake. Then see if you can straighten up your legs whilst keeping your fingertips on the mat. Don't have to be fully straight, but just bend and straighten, bend and straighten. And then when you're ready, slowly rolling back up. Use those tummy muscles. Hoist yourself back in. Slow, slow, slow. Roll all the way. Woo! To the top. Come to the center of your mat. Take your right leg back. Sinking into a nice kind of half lunge, not a full lunge. And then pulsing here. Good. You're nice and tall through your torso. Lift the heel on that front leg. I'm not going to turn and face the camera because I will wobble here. But this is how it should look. This is our finisher. Woo! Good, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. Return the front heel, step that back leg in, half roll down. Have a little sway here if you want to. Return to center. Standing up nice and tall, reset those shoulders. Take the left leg back. Halfway down into your lunge. Up and down here. Chest is forwards. And then when you're ready, lift off that front heel. Ooh. Good. Always hold on to something if you are really wobbly here. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Return the front heel, step that back leg in. Final half roll down. Whatever you need to do here, guys. If you want to bend your knees, pedal through, sway your arms. And then when you are ready, bringing yourself back up to standing. Give your shoulders a little roll through. Give your feet a little pedal out. Give your hips a little circle around again. How's everything feeling? Strong? Supple? Hopefully not too hot and bothered. Give everything a shake out. But hopefully you felt exactly what we were trying to achieve all the way down at the back of the body there. Let me know how you got on. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, team.